the day after Thanksgiving, I was, I wasn't going to go to work. I mean, it's the day after Thanksgiving. There's a football on, right? And they know more about things than I do. But I had relatives in the house that were kind of annoying. And so I decided I was going to go in the office and shuffle papers or just do some things. And while I was in there, my courier walked in, or he'd come into the office, and what he did is he delivered the payrolls. Like you said, there was no technology. So client would process their payroll, either call it in, key it in, whatever they did. And then ADP would process the payroll in Syracuse and then bring it out down to Binghamton, to the southern tier, where my territory.
Right.
And this courier comes in one day and says, "Oh, you're not working today?" And I said, "Well, it's the day after Thanksgiving." And I said, "I'm just here shuffling papers and doing some paperwork." And I said, "Nobody's working anyway." He says, "Well, what do you mean nobody's working? I have 25 payrolls to deliver today." And he says, "Let me tell you what, on my desk, I had a stack of these cards that were called referral friends, which you're familiar with now. That's become a very popular thing with people." And he said, "Why don't you do this? Why don't you ride around with me today and take your cards around and say hello and thank your client for being our client, because it's Thanksgiving, And I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute. This isn't a sales manager. This isn't some kind of trained guru. This is my courier giving me sales advice, right? So I got in the truck with him, and we went around to the 25 deliveries. I shook hands. And what I realized, Jesse, is he was the relationship that they had with ADP. They were giving him cards, gifts, okay? He was ADP to them, not me, because he had built relationships, solid relationships with that client. I handed out some cards. I asked them, I could really use some referrals. If you know anybody that can, use our services, I'd appreciate it. They're telling me like, "Hey, it's good to see you again." Okay. And they're hugging him.
Right.
So I quickly realized that, you know what? Here's another example of somebody building a solid relationship, because they see him every week or every 2 weeks, like they were seeing Bob. And I'm saying, I got to start doing a better job building relationships with these customers, because they like people that show up.